You're about to walk into a second meeting with the same information you had in the first one. Everybody does it. You've got a folder here, an email thread there, notes from the last conversation somewhere else, and none of it ever gets read together. Hey, it's Alan, and I think I've got some pretty cool stuff for you again today. A few days ago, I stood in front of a room full of advisors in Chicago and showed them exactly one thing, not a tool, a move. And it landed better than anything I've put in front of a room in a long time. People wanted it before I was off the stage. So today, I'm going to show you the same move I showed them. It's going to take about 5 minutes, and it will change how you walk into your next important conversation. This is AI made simple, so let's grow. So here's the shift. Most people hand AI one thing, one email, one document, one question. But you don't know someone from one document. You know them from a pattern, the house, the job, the numbers, the thing they said in passing that you almost missed. So stop feeding it one thing. Feed it everything you already have, all at once, and ask it what it sees. That's the whole move. Let me make this real. Say I'm a financial advisor. I've got a second meeting coming up with a doctor. Let's call him Dr. Mitchell. And everything you're about to see is completely made up. It's fictitious. And I'd never put a real client on the screen here, and neither should you. Here's what I have on him. And here's the thing. I already have all of it. I didn't go find anything new. His house from a public listing, his professional profile online, a write-up about his practice in a local publication, the financial statement he handed me himself, and the transcript from our first meeting. 5 documents, 5 different places, and until today, 5 things I would have skimmed separately the night before and mostly forgotten. So here's move 1. Give it a roll. Don't open with your question. Open by telling it who it is. You're an expert coach for financial advisors. That one line changes everything that comes after it. You just told it what shelf to pull from. And the same question without it, and you'll get a book report. Ask it with the role, and you'll get a colleague. Move 2, tell it who you are. I'm Alan. I've got a second meeting coming up with Dr. Robert Mitchell. It's short, just enough that knows whose side it's on. And here's the part that most people miss. You shouldn't have to type that every single time. Every one of these tools has a settings page where you tell it once, who you are and what you do. Some call it personalization, some call it custom instructions, some call it memory, but it's the same idea. Fill that in tonight. Your work, your clients, how you like to be talked to, and from then on, it already knows. You stop introducing yourself to it every morning. 10 minutes, one time. Move 3, and this is the one nobody does. Drag in all 5 documents at the same time. Not one, not the most important one, all of them. Because the insight isn't in any single document. It's in the space between them. It's the house payment sitting next to the cash balance, sitting next to the thing he said about his daughter in the first meeting. You'd never connect those at 11 o'clock at night. It connects them in about 20 seconds. So one honest note, most paid accounts handle 5 documents at once without blinking. If you're on a free account, you may need to do it in 2 passes. It's just going to take you one more step. So here's move 4. Now, you ask for exactly 2 things. What do you infer? Connect the dots across everything. What's really going on here? What's exposed? And what has he not said out loud that the full picture makes obvious? Number 2, what's my next move? The single highest value step to take with him next, why it matters now, and the exact words to open that conversation. And then one more line. which matters more than it looks. Talk to me like my sharpest colleague, not a textbook. That's it. That's the prompt. Move 5, and don't skip this one. What comes back is a briefing. It's not a decision. You read it, and some of it you'll throw out because you were in the room and it wasn't. But 2 or 3 things in there, you'll look at it and go, I should have seen that. That's the win. Not that it's going to think for you, that it makes sure you don't walk in having missed something obvious. You're still the professional. It just made sure you're not the least prepared person that's in the room. So let me show you what came back. It didn't summarize the documents. Anybody can summarize. It noticed that the house he just bought and the cash sitting in his account don't line up with the way he talked about risk in the first meeting. It noticed something he said in passing in the first meeting that I had honestly forgotten, and it tied it straight to a number on a different page. Then it told me one thing to bring up next and the words to open it with. Now, that's not a search. That's a colleague who read the whole file. That's the part that got the room in Chicago, not the technology. The fact that it noticed a thing they would have walked right past. Now, I used an advisor because that's the world I come from. But look at the shape of it, because the shape is the point. You're a pastor going to see a family. You got last year's notes, the prayer requests they sent, the email from the deacon, same 3 moves. You're hiring somebody, the resume, the portfolio, the notes from the phone screen, same 3 moves. Anyone who has to walk into a room, be on point about another human being. This is your move. The documents change, the move doesn't. So look at what just happened. You didn't buy anything, you didn't learn the code, you used the same 5 files that were already sitting in your computer. You gave it a role, you told it who you are, you fed it everything at once, and you asked it 2 questions. And you walked into that meeting knowing what the other person hasn't even said out loud yet. That's what grow means around here. Not more meetings, better ones. Here's your move. Tonight, pick one person you've got a real conversation coming up with. Gather what you already have on them, and I mean already have. Don't go researching. 4 or 5 things. Drop them all in at once and ask those 2 questions. What do you infer, and what's my next move? Then tell me in the comments what it caught that you may have missed. Subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Alan, and this is AI Made Simple.